Hey, what's up, everyone? Here we have one of the legends right here of Charlotte. My brother, introduce yourself, my brother.
What's going on, everybody? I go by Montiago, owner of Montiago Visual Studios, and that's about it.
Yeah. So, Montiago, we're going to get right into it. We're not going to take much of your time today. Okay. So 30 minutes,
and I appreciate.
Just got braces. I know. Just got them.
Am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yeah. Oh man, you can say what the fuck you want to say. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely.
Feel
brother.
Comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Get comfortable. I mean, matter of fact, let's have a shot. Mm-hmm. This is my cup, man. This is my cup. This is my cup. All right, let's have a shot, brother.
God.
Appreciate you having here.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So we get right down into business. Oh,
that one burn.
I'm a baby.
Somebody trying to kill you.
Females be tripping. They be mad at me. They be like,
maybe you trying to kill?
Nah, I'm not the bartender today. That's April. I don't know.
Okay, so wait. Your girl April trying to kill you.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, how long you been doing music, brother?
I've been doing music like as far as like I used to be an artist first, so. I started rapping when I was like 13, 14 and stuff.
So you started into rap, just like I did into music. That's how most people get introduced into the music scene.
Yeah.
Then you branch off into what really works. So, like...
Well, shit, I'm a DJ, but I can't sing for shit. Okay. Don't give me no mic. I can't sing for shit.
Yeah.
So how did you end up branching off from being a rapper into what you do now?
What I do now? Well, I started rapping, and when I started rapping, I started recording myself out my mama's closet and stuff.
Shit.
And so, I had to learn the software and stuff like that. Back then, when I started doing it, we had a software called Magic Music Maker. I don't know if anybody knows.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
I think that program used to go for free. That's why a lot of people,
definitely.
It's same thing like with the FL Studio. Like that's why a lot of people end up using FL Studio because it was easy to crack. Mm-hmm. Remember back in the days when you had to crack? You don't know. He's too young for that, right?
I know about FL Studio, but what else shit?
No, but do you know about crack programs?
Nah.
You must got a Mac or something like that. Crack too much stuff with Macs.
But back in the days, like, we had to crack the program, meaning that in order for you to get it for free, you had to do all kind of adjustments and stuff.
Oh, like jailbreaking, all that shit. Got you.
Intricate stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So once, you got into that journey, what was like your next step into
So from there, then as I got older, I was still doing the rapping and everything like that, but then I started recording people, like my friends and stuff out of the crib.
Yeah, I can relate to that for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I used to, I started, like, once I was like 21 or something like that, I had got a house and I had put a studio in my house, but at that time I had a baby mama or whatever, girlfriend per se or whatever. But she used to always be mad because she like, I can't walk around the house butt naked and stuff. You already got these people coming up in the house and everything like that or whatever. So I was like, damn. But anyways, I still had that, but I was still working a regular job and everything like that. But about 2018, 2019, came across a blessing of some money and stuff, and that was something that led me to actually being able to own a studio and stuff.
Oh, that's great.
As far as like my rap dreams, I don't think I really like put the effort and the time into it like I should have and stuff. So didn't work out for me, but I was still able to still do what I do now and make a living off of music.
No, I feel you on that for sure, because it's the same thing with me, when people say like, oh, Roxy's a rapper, I'm like, no, don't say that. I still doing it, but I mean, I do it more for like, just of a hobby kind of thing. Sure. Anytime I was doing this to feed my kids and my wife, bro, everybody would die. Everybody would die.
Starvation.
They would come out on the TV, feed the children, feed the hunger. And I mean, like, but I really think me personally, like, because our journey kind of the same in a way. And I can relate to that, which is starting off from rapping. Because I would have never been the DJ that I am if it wasn't for rapping, rapping and producing. But it made me like be a great DJ because of that, because I understand music now on a different level. You understand? And that's why, like, even with my peers, they know like, wow, man, you are so good with other genres of music, but it became because of that. You understand?
That's cool too that you're multilingual. If I'm not
Now, where did you learn your business mindset? Because, when I met you the first time, we was on some big business venture, and I asked my wife, like, dude, I'm, because I do business with a lot of people.
Right.
And when I tell him, you see that guy, I like doing business with him because of the mentality that you have. Where did you got that from,
I
though?
think, honestly, I'm going to be real, because when I was working for the city of Charlotte for 10 years. And in that process of working for the city of Charlotte, I got into a management position.
Oh,
and
I know.
So I think that kind of led my mind. I had to operate the crew and run the crew and have to do the day-to-day operations.
He had that corporate mindset.
Yeah, because you can tell, like, bro, like, you know, like we could relate into a lot of stuff. It's like you can tell that you have your street in you, but you educated. You know, like you understand how real business work.
If I didn't work that job, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today talking to you because I probably wouldn't have had a studio or nothing. And I don't know where I would be if I didn't have that. So you
really learn a lot from that,
learning from actually operating and running, you know, not running people, but you know, working with people and stuff and helping develop them.
Correct. Stuff, so. Yeah. So, and you right now, how much studios you own right now?
Well, this is my second location, just a little smaller, more personal location. Instead of the other location, I got 2 locations. I got a 3,000 square feet one over there off of Reagan Drive, and then I went ahead on and got this one because some people may not like to be around certain recreational activities and stuff.
No,
like
I know, I understand that, and which is
not to say recreation is anything bad, but
no. Some people,
like, you know,
to each his own,
and they, you know, being in this building is very private, so a lot of, like, you know, names, like big names artists, they wouldn't go to any studios that's not private.
Exactly.
You know, you can roll up, like literally come from this elevator right here, like park your car, come to the elevator, go straight to your studio.
Right.
And nobody knows.
Exactly.
You know, no matter, you could have like the baby or anybody, then, you know.
Right.
And this caliber of artists, they want that type of privacy.
Exactly.
You understand?
And also, I got even down to the up and coming artists that record there for cheaper, that were recording there for cheaper, came here and actually want to come here. And
Put, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes too, you want to pay for that, you know, the environment that you're in. Exactly. You know what I mean? And you know, so.
And it's better for me too because me being the actual owner and the operator and stuff. When I'm recording over there, I get a lot of distractions from the other sessions in the other rooms wanting to come in and say, Montiago, what's up, and interrupt the
correct.
Stuff.
I know
but
that.
Working here, then I can just,
it's more private.
It's just private,
No, that's great. That's great. But what's your next step, though? You know, I know you have your 2 studios now. What you got upcoming? What you know?
Right now, I'm working on a platform, kind of like what you guys are doing. It's going to be called Drop the Low, where we go to different business owners, different artists, different entrepreneurs and stuff, and have like talks with them about where they came up and grew up at and stuff. Well, it'd be more so starting off with Charlotte people, and hopefully it works and branches off or whatever, so that way we could go to their old neighborhoods and see where they grew up at, where they went to school at, and where they, just like how you asked me where I get my business mind from, where they got their business mind from and stuff or whatever. So we're just gonna be hand in hand with the camera and with them, and then I got a host, his name's Shane TV, one of my brothers or whatever, and so he's going to be hosting it. I'm going to just be behind the camera with it or whatever, but I think it's going to take off.
Yeah, and that's great. I mean, me personally, like, I'm always behind the camera. I only came in the camera because, you know, me and you can relate to a lot of, like, studio stuff that we into. So, you know,
that's why I'm enjoying this. Now I'm letting him talk because you don't really see him on the cameras as much, man.
They beg me to be in the shot. They beg me to be interviewing. And I told him I don't, but I had to make an exception for you.
For sure. I appreciate that.
You know. So, and you know, anytime you want us on your show, we come through.
We're definitely gonna come back around and come to you.
Because he acting all shy and quiet, but he talks.
It's not shy. It's just like I said, like I'm embracing this moment because you don't see Roxy in front of the camera as much. So I'm letting him, you know. But first thing first, you know, like social media. Correct me if I'm wrong, but social media is like a biggest tool right now.
Man, well, I swear to God, 90% of my clients come from Instagram. Like, it's not from phone calls or anything like that. It's straight from Instagram. People wanting the book and just in general,
word of mouth type of thing.
My website, but more so Instagram. Just people seeing the studio, and then they see the type of artists that we be having sometimes come through, and then we just go from there and stuff. So yeah, social media is definitely a big tool, and I need to utilize it better. But I don't know. I need to get on that grind and stuff because I don't want to stay complacent what I'm doing right now. So.
And you originally from Charlotte?
I'm really from San Diego, California. I moved.
Oh, you're from Cali?
From Cali.
From San Diego.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were more like, but I know like something about you. Like, let me know that you come from a big city. To be honest, like
sure.
I thought it was New York.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't even know, man. That's a jungle up there.
Yeah.
Up there.
He from New York.
Yeah, I'm from New York.
Yeah, real New Yorker, die-hard New Yorker.
New York's changed so much. My dad's from New York and stuff.
Oh,
but
okay.
the music of New York has changed. Is now that what is it like? What is it called? Is it drill?
Drake?
Is that dancing drill shit?
Yeah,
it's drill. Yeah, but
that New York music is really kind of what got me into actually rapping.
For real?
Like listening to Lloyd Banks, listening to Jadakiss, and all the people who spit bars and
correct,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
That made me love like music and stuff, and that's what I was trying to do, spit bars and write rhymes and stuff. But I was saying some crazy stuff. I was saying I cut your mama throat and throw it in the ocean. But you know,
it definitely has changed over time, though. Definitely. I feel like music in New York wise back in the day was more involved of songwriting.
Yeah, for sure.
And now it's more of like beat, social media, having fun with it. So I could see that.
Yeah. Well, for me, when I was an artist, for me I was more like the rapping for the ladies and stuff like that, because they had an interview when I was a kid that Tupac did, which was my favorite rapper of all time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We could go all day, and you know, like, and he said in the interview, he was like, I tell a nigga Biggie, rap for the bitches, don't rap for the niggas, rap for the bitches. Right. So that's stuck in my mind. So every time I grab a pen, whether I was rapping about love, if out of love, like I love a woman and how nice sex we had, or whatever the case might be, or she broke my heart. It was only those two things. You know, as I like look at all my songs, I'm like, nigga, you only rapping for the bitches for sure. You know, but but any plans though? Any plans of you getting back in the booth and doing something, or you
actually? I'm the intro to my new platform that we're working on is me rapping.
Oh shit! That's great.
But I'll still rap every now and again and make a song here and there. It's still always going to be that love, even until I'm 50, 60, 70 years old.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
You know,
that's like the root, the foundation of all of this.
But it's just like for myself, I believe it's so many like gimmicks and stuff now with having to be trying to be a rapper and stuff, and it's so watered down. There's so many people rapping. Like I remember back in the days, you'll have your clique, and then one of the people out the clique rapping, and everybody else just follow with you. But then now, every single person rap. The people that be hanging out at the crib slumped on the floor.
Everybody raps.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's not exclusive.
What would you say that? I mean, because we can only speak about the artists that we deal with here in Charlotte. What would you say artists in Charlotte needs that they're missing? Because we have a lot of rappers here, but if you look at the percentage that rappers that made it out, that make it to the big scene or whatever, like make it big, the percentage is small, just to be honest. You know what I mean? We might know them in Charlotte, but then you go to New York, California, who's that? You know what I mean? You know, it's not like everybody didn't make it to be the baby. But what some of these artists need, in your opinion, as a professional, that will take them to that next level?
They
Hard
need
question, right?
originality. They need to find that thing. It's like with the baby and stuff. I worked with the baby before. So he just had the whole package, and so he had the funniness, he had the artistry, he has the vision, and he brought those visions to life through his music videos and stuff. Nowadays, from what I see from the artists that I've been working with, they just do pointed, run and gun, shooting videos. They don't have no kind of umph that makes you want more from them.
Correct.
And stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even down to, even though they may have a big social media following and stuff like that, for whatever reason, their music isn't like gravitating and stuff. So
correct.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, they just need that for whatever, something extra beyond the rapping and beyond having good beats to your vocals. You got to have that something that
it's going to impact people.
And stuff, you know?
So
that's what I feel.
Yeah. I want to touch base on that real quick. So it kind of, that what you just said kind of relates with the DJ community as well. So I'm going to ask you a question. Does having a high social media presence make you a good artist?
No, it doesn't. But at the same time, even people, the thing about it with a lot of artists that I work with and that I've seen that have a high social media presence, they don't utilize that to make money. For myself, I may not have the highest social media like followers and stuff, but I know how to utilize social media to make money, to bring people to me and stuff. That's why I'll sit on my story and I'll constantly promote videos, even if it was like 4 or 5 years ago that I've done a shot. I'm still going to repost it so that way it gravitates some certain people that may follow me now that wasn't following me before.
Now they seen that.
Now they seeing it and stuff. Compared to now, I know I've done shot videos for a lot of people. And I ain't seen them posted. They posted for 2 weeks, and then
they just say they let it sleep. They sleep on stuff, and then, they don't have drive.
You got the ringtone fire and everything.
I got a DoorDash order outside.
Okay, let's get that. Can you get that DoorDash auto for him?
Yeah. Let me go to hold on DoorDash. All right, my homegirl, she orders.
Yeah, nah, you good.
That's good.
But shit, Roxy, talk to us a little bit about your journey, having studios and all that stuff, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm outside. All right, somebody come to grab it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, to be honest with you, when I'm dealing with artists in Charlotte, and that's one of the reasons why I got rid of the studio. Apart from, with this DJ stuff, and we DJing so much. Because he DJs, I DJ, and we do so much events. I didn't have the time. Sometimes dealing with certain people. Like I remember dealing with a situation in the same room when I had the studio. This guy just started trip on me, like for no reason. Like he didn't know who I was or nothing like that. I had my engineer there, and he's just tripping for no reason.
Right.
I said, bro, and it's funny because that day, like I got my gun on me and everything, and I'm like, this is how people get in trouble. You understand? And then when my engineer said that, no, this guy, he owned the studio. Then he kind of back off and try to be all nice. This whole change different, which is crazy because I told him, brother, let me give you a little piece of advice. I'm being into music a long time. Treat everybody with the same respect. Exactly. Yes, because you never know who is who. Exactly. I could have been that milestone to help you change your whole career. I could have been that person who I could be like, your music is great. I can make one phone call and take you to that level. But guess what? You don't fuck it up for yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what? This let me know. That was like the top. Like this let me know that's not the business I want to be doing anymore.
Right.
You understand? Because I'm like, if I'm like probably drinking or maybe taking one of my gummies to sleep, it gets you a little high? Not a little high. Them fucking gummies, bro.
Get you clapped.
Get you fucked up.
Those edibles, right?
Yeah, the edibles. Yeah. Gummies, bro. If I had one of those gummies on, like I don't know where it could have ended off.
Right.
You understand? That's how people end up in jail. You know what I mean? So I was lucky that I had a good mindset, and I just say, bro, just relax. Ain't nobody against you right now. Right, you know what I mean?
Have you had a situation like that or similar?
Well, more so not with me, but I think another reason why I had to get this place is because in Charlotte, it's a lot of beefs and stuff like that.
Wow, yeah.
So nowadays, I gotta constantly try to make sure that certain people don't run across each other and stuff like that. And I've had maybe like one incident that really like went sour or whatever.
Damn.
Thank God that I was still able to get back in emotion from that.
Yeah. And that's the thing about being a businessman. It's like, okay, can I turn it to street or I could just keep it business? Yeah. And sometimes you're like, my business worth more than me going to shoot somebody or jeopardize my life just to prove a point. You know what I mean? So you got more to lose. Some of these little rappers who want to be rappers, they got nothing to lose, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got nothing to lose. They're trying to prove a point. Like, I'm a rapper, so just because you're a rapper doesn't make you a thug. Right. Make you a street dude.
Also, a lot of it is the fact that they're on drugs and they're...
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
They don't have that mental capacity to understand that you got to keep business and your street shit and your personal shit, you got to keep that out the door. Nowadays, if you see it on the news and everything, you see people shooting people on camera, all type of weird
that's
stuff.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And so what makes you think... I'm going to put it this way. For myself, unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but we deal with the bottom of the barrel when it comes to certain people and stuff like that. People who really come from nothing. Yeah. Like if the police tell you don't do this, you still go and rob people. You still go and shoot people. So what makes you think that they're going to respect you or respect what you want.
What you want. Yeah,
so
exactly.
When you come into this game of owning a recording studio and stuff, you got to be able to know what's coming to you, but also you got to be able to try to keep out those people.
Have you turned down any like
recently,
clients?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right now we got a 5-person limit whenever you book and stuff, and even with that, people are like, oh, come on, man, I got 8 people, I just go on, man, we just go on and record. All right, well then you just need to come with you and the people.
But you know, let me tell you something, and what a lot of people don't understand. If you as an artist, it benefit you to just come there with one person or nobody. You know why? Because a lot of people don't know that when you're in the studio, if you're in the studio and I'm writing a song and you there with me, I have to share my royalties with you.
Yeah, if you say
one word. One word. You say one word, I got to share my royalties with you.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. But as an artist, it don't even benefit you. And then these artists want to bring like 5, 10 people.
And stuff.
Like, dude,
now you got to pay out 10 people out.
No, but the 10 people wouldn't know that. But maybe if one person in that 10 people know it, you got to share bread with that. If the sound blow up,
and then you was the one that gave them that line.
Yeah, that line. You tell them like, bro, well, you didn't say like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you didn't say like this, and that alone, I'm part of the song.
Or the flip side, a lot of artists don't get their music done as they should because there's too many distractions with having all those people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I've been seeing that a lot.
Correct.
I've been seeing people book 4 or 5 hours and then only get a verse and a half done because of the distractions and everything.
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
what I mean. I've been in the studio.
For me, it's great because I make the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, the time is going.
But for you guys, I'm not in it to just take people's money.
Yeah, correct.
I want to create and build with the people as well. And
because sometimes you lose your concentration. As you know, like you'll be like, man, I think this sounds great now, but then something took it off because somebody, you know, especially like when these artists start bringing girls to the studio and stuff. Because a lot of these artists, you know, they want to show off in front of the girls. Like, bro, one of the main distraction is like females.
Worse, man.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. Never bring a female to
the same.
So, babe, you would never come to my studio session. Yeah. But definitely, brother. I mean, I was really, you know, happy for me to say, you know what, this business, I'm not going to get into this business anymore, but we pass it on to somebody that's going to make use of it.
Right, for sure.
You know, and we were both happy about that. Because that same night when you came, they had a group of like 5 kids.
Right.
And they was looking to buy and they were hustling hard. But like, I don't want to sell to these kids. I'd rather sell to you because he understands. No, not just that. He understands the business side, but he also understands the equipment.
Right.
So these kids would have probably got me, like, killed me with like asking me how to do this and how to do that. You can imagine it's like selling a car and then the person tell you, hey, can you teach me how to drive?
When taking a shower.
Yeah, like, can you teach me? Ring. You know what I mean? So when we saw, like, when you got the studio from us, I was like, oh shit, yes. And especially when you told me like, I got that same mixer. I like,
for sure,
because it's super complicated. It's super complicated, especially for somebody who don't know that system.
Exactly.
It's like top of the line professional stuff. So you know,
just like with the boards, you gotta know that you gotta have O2's Ultimate in order for it to operate. You gotta know how to go in the system.
Correct.
And, you know, turn on, activate it, off each fader and pack and all that. So
it's a whole process.
Yeah, it's definitely a whole
It's a process. It's a process.
What has been some challenges for you in this music industry?
Dealing with fake people.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna speak on that situation, but you got certain people that when they're with you, they're like, oh yeah, man, when I make it, we all gonna make it and blah, blah, blah. And then turn around, one disagreement, now they done been able to get into a room in a situation and stuff and elevate it, and they forget that you was even there for them.
Damn. That happens a lot. And you know, we relate to that, especially with him, even though he's not an artist or a recording engineer. He related because it happens in the DJ community.
Every day.
Every day. Like a lot of gatekeepers. Like I tell you, because even up to today, I told him a situation that a DJ called me for rental and he asked me for a discount for a friggin' promoter.
Oh, wow.
Like, bro, the promoter makes way more money than the DJ.
Yeah, for sure.
Why are you asking for a discount for you know what I mean? So I'm the small man. I'm the small man. I'm trying to make it. So you trying to shop my money out to make him richer. Like, bro, don't do that.
Yeah,
so I told him, bro, the price is the price.
The price is the price.
You know what I mean? It's being,
they're not gonna pay. And that's what I learned in here.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't do discounts and stuff like that. I might do some special deals, but you gotta, when it comes to business and stuff, you gotta make sure everything is fair and stuff. So if you charge one person this and that's your price, you have to charge every person.
Every person, no matter who.
We got people in this world who, if you just start recording this person for free, they get that big head and get that mindset.
They get that entitlement.
And say, oh yeah, I record with him for free. I do all my music with him for free. I done had so many clients say, well, you know, they'll come and they'll pay me, but then they'll start talking about how one of their engineers record their music for free, and I'm like, okay, well, then why don't you record with them?
Exactly.
Why you coming to me?
Don't come to me.
And so I'm not. That's cool. You work that out with them, but at the same time, I shouldn't even know that you record with this person for free, because I'm pretty sure they don't want me knowing
it's the
that
same
you
thing.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell him.
Oh my goodness.
Tell him.
Bro, that's like the same thing when a DJ said, when a promoter or owner says, but homeboy did it for $100. He did it for $150. He did it for free. He did it for a bottle.
For a bottle?
Yeah, for
what am I, low budget hoe?
Yeah.
Like, what good does that do me? And then what good does it do you telling me that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
So
I mean,
it's all the same. It's all
the same. Yeah, it's all this. Yeah,
just person, people, life, and experiences.
Yeah. The only thing I tell you is, with the business you in compared to like the DJ business,
right?
Let's say there's 20 DJs, there's only 5 clubs. So it's like crab in a bucket. Everybody's trying to get on somebody. You understand? At least with you, with your studio, there's studios around.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what helps with your studio is the quality that you provide. People are gonna come to you regardless. Whether your price is 100 or 50 or whatever, they're gonna come to you because of the quality.
Exactly.
With the DJ business, it's not even about quality. It's about who's cheapest.
Who's the cheapest.
And that's what messed up the DJ business here in Charlotte. Not in New York, because I used to live in New York, and I used to be charging ridiculous. And I'll be like, oh shit, they're paying me for that?
I think even hosts go through that too, because my homeboy, he's a host also. And then I done heard that they're doing events with like literally 10,000 people out there. But you only making this amount of money. Like, why are you only making this amount of money if they got all these people out here and you had to be on this stage for this many hours? So,
yes.
You know what I'm
so imagine how the DJ feels. Like I said in a previous interview, I'm like, bro, you know the guy in the bathroom that help you wash your hands or pass you the soap? Those motherfuckers make more money than the DJ. Real talk.
Yes, that's real.
Real talk. Like me and him is like one of the highest. Bro, me and him is one of the highest paid Latin DJ in Charlotte. Like me and him. Like, you know what I mean? Because I told him from the beginning, when I met him, he had just started in the business. I teach him the business. I told him, bro, this is the business. People gonna pay that if you stand for what you stand for. You understand? Me and him is one of the highest paid DJs.
That's dope.
You understand? And even though we highest paid, bro, the guy in the bathroom making more money than us. That is crazy. That guy in the washing your hands, that motherfucker
and that's
make
a lot of work.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
like I'm about to trade jobs with that motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? But it's crazy. But yeah. So apart from the your stuff that you have upcoming, any future like bringing out another studio or
no,
or you just gonna keep it into 2 studios for now?
I'm gonna be real. My goals and aspirations isn't to be a studio owner. I do it because that's something that I knew that if I invested my money into,
he's gonna get the money back.
You know what I'm saying? But really, of course, it would be branching off and growing with an artist and taking it to the industry level and stuff. Even though I work with industry people, we don't have that. I didn't start with them from the ground up and stuff, so it's not the same compared to working with somebody and starting with them from the ground up or whatever. But I am going to be in LA for the BET Awards. I go to the BET Awards every year.
Yeah, that's nice.
Or whatever. So from the 5th to the 10th. So hopefully make some more connections out there and stuff.
Correct.
Because even if it's not growing with an artist, I still want to be like a traveling engineer where somebody call me and say, hey, fly me. They want me to fly out to LA. They want me to fly out to New York. Or whatever, because like, especially with me also doing videography, I get a lot of luxuries and stuff like that. People be getting Airbnbs, having a place for me to stay. I just come and shoot them, and then get paid a good amount of money because they got to pay for my travel, they got to pay for my room and board and food and stuff like that. So it's a lot of luxuries and stuff in this game and stuff. So I don't want to just settle with just being a studio owner.
No, correct.
Because there's only a certain amount of money. Like if you added together how much an hour and how many hours in a day, you got a cap as to what kind of money you can make in the
studio. Yeah. It's not a big money, but it work hand in hand into what you're trying to do, though.
Right, for sure.
You know, because you meet a good artist in recording for somebody, you can meet a good artist that you can say. But now one of the advice I can give you is, and I'm pretty sure you know this, contracts. Contracts is everything. Because what happened with a lot of artists is that you branch them off, you build them up, you show them all the routes, you bust your ass with that artist, they make it big, and they forget all about you.
They give you the boot.
Then give you the boot. That happened with, like, with Ryan and Cassidy. Like, she's going through that drama, whatever. We don't want to talk about that, really. Right. But it's the same thing that happened with him. Where, like, he built this lady up, and then P. Diddy just snatched her away. You know what I mean? Nothing back. Nothing for him. You understand?
Certain artists,
so you got to sign your contract and know what you're getting into when you're dealing with artists. That's another thing. We had this kid that we wanted to sign him. And he's super talented. This kid is super talented. But the minute an artist is not allowing you, as somebody who's doing it for years, to mold them, they lost the bottle. I'm not even want to fuck with you at that point.
For sure.
Like, we got, like, I had, like, the baby producer send me beats for him.
Right.
Cause me and him, like, super cool like this. You know what I mean? Sean the Fuss.
Yeah.
Me and Sean, super cool. He sent us beat for this artist because we walking with him. And he's like, I don't know. You don't know, bro. When you hear Sean the Fuss beat and you are starting as starting rapper that's doing it, bro, that's a boost.
That's a boost, yeah, for sure. I remember back when I was rapping, I had got some beats from Sean the First and stuff. Yeah. But for him and where he's at now, he's definitely on a different level.
And I'm talking about like a week before we started the studio. I'm talking like this is like recently. Yeah. Recently, like when Sean already is Sean, he's producing.
Signed producer by now.
And this is like connection that not everybody have. No big producer is gonna send you beats like, yeah, you could use that. Nah, bro, not every big producer is gonna do that.
Exactly.
You understand? So you already not being molded. I'm like, I don't want to fuck with you. Like, you recording for free, you getting beats for free, and you like being picky about what you want, what you don't want, bro. When you sign to these big record companies, it's not what you want. It's what the record company says. That's why a lot of artists, bro, they have to bring out like 5 albums, and only one of them get picked to be an album for their record company. You understand?
It's what's convenient for them.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff, even stuff that you like record company, you be like, you guys crazy, you don't hear the hits? You don't hear the hit? That's a hit song. They be like, nah, we don't think so. And they don't put it out.
Damn.
Yeah, Neo, bro, if you listen to the song that blow up Neo, that happened to him. That happened to Neo. Like, his song was sitting for 3 years. The record company would not release it. When they finally decided to release it, it was the biggest hit at that time. That's what blow up Neo.
Shit.
Sick of love songs. And we still play that song as a DJ. We still play that song. Cause I'm so sick of love songs.
Master P, I was just listening to one of the podcasts that he had did, and he was mentioning how About It, his first single came out, and he kept trying to promote it and stuff, and they wasn't trying to take it, and so they were telling him to come with a different song, and so he came back next week and came with About It.
Yeah,
said no.
I saw that, bro. He went back in week again. Like, bring me another song. No, body.
About it.
And they finally played. And that's all, bro. And you know the funny thing, I know maybe you guys not old enough, right? But when
I think I might be in the same. I'm not proud to say it, but I might be in the same age.
You might you're not in that bracket, right? I'm in the 40 bracket, right? So yeah. When all these songs came out, bro, I was buying them that same week it came out. I was going to the store and buy them. The songs that we play, like, and that's what you guys understand, some of the connection that I have with this music that we play, that other younger DJs, no disrespect, play, like, dude, you were just born when they were coming out. Yeah. Me, I was buying them.
Was in the year,
I was buying like the actual record of the cassette. It wasn't even, it was CDs or cassette. cassette was cheaper, so we end up buying cassette instead. You know, but I lived it. When Gasolina and all these songs that we play in the Spanish community, bro, I was right there when it came out. And before that, you understand? But man, I know we reached to the part where, you know, we happy to have you.
Right.
I hope it's not the first and last interview we have with you.
No, definitely.
You know, we would love to have you again, you know, and elaborate in some of the stuff.
Then we're going to get you guys on our platform too.
Yeah, no, definitely, brother.
For sure.
All right. Any big ups before we leave?
Any advice for any upcomers?
I would tell you this: you never know when your time gonna come. So just continue to keep grinding. If you got something that you love to do that shit. Don't stop. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. No matter what. Because you can end up like me. I wanted to be a rapper, but I kind of slowed down. Don't slow down, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Especially if you're younger, you know what I'm saying? You got plenty of time or whatever. So, you know, if you're going to do it, give it your all. I know it costs money. I know it costs a lot of time away from things, but you got to put all the other stuff to the side and focus on what you're trying to do and what goals you're trying to reach. So continue to grow and keep doing what you're doing and stuff. Drop the Low platform coming out soon. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Any of your engineers you want to, you know, just
shout out my boy Mally. Shout out my boy J Sink. Shout out my homegirl Timmy.
So you got a female engineer too?
Yeah.
That's great. That's
she
great.
do a thing, a little here and there and stuff. She learning and stuff, but yeah, we molding her and getting her right. Though.
That's good.
Definitely.
You got a team. You got a team you can count on.
Definitely got
it's important.
Team.
Yeah. And I met some of the guys, you know, and you know they
can't do it without a team. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be so busy doing other things that people got to hold down the fort over there and stuff. So
yeah, you can tell it good people.
For the fact that I shoot videos and everything like that, I'm constantly busy doing other stuff. So.
Yeah, definitely, brother. Well, thank you so much.
God. Yes, sir. It was a pleasure having you.
Appreciate it, man.
There you had it. Another podcast, another high vibe with your man DJ Melvino, DJ Roxy, and a special guest.
Montiago, baby.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Damn, I ain't wear my watch today. Oh, Lord.
Somebody gonna kill me because I didn't wear my ring.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you having me, bro. You already know. Appreciate you.